On behalf of Jack Weiss, Martrice Manuel, and the entire ASN team, we want to thank and welcome each of you to our 2022 Women of Excellence celebration. In celebration of Women's History Month, ASN would like to highlight and honor 5 women that have shown vision, courage, leadership, and commitment to advising and helping other women advance. These women have also overcome obstacles, and they all created their own paths to success. ASN started this annual award last year to honor the accomplishments of women who have advanced success in their own careers, and also positively changed and impacting young people, professionals, and communities. So ASN has supported the success of women for years. I am fairly new to the organization, and I have seen firsthand the support, the guidance, the freedom for me to lead my program. I've had the autonomy to infuse my visions and creative thinking into the program, and it's just general support in the fact that I am a woman, and it's truly appreciated. Today, we honor and celebrate 5 remarkable trailblazing women from Illinois. I'm so excited. I will introduce ASN representatives to read a bio of each woman, and they will present them with the ASN Woman of Excellence Award. Afterwards, the recipient will be given time to share a few words if she so wishes, and any guest that would like to have a few comments can share after the recipient has spoken. We have 5 women to honor and meet today. And so I'm going to start with Damascus Harris, who will be presenting for Sonia Harper.
That should be Sonia and not Sonia?
Sonia.
Sonia.
It is. Sorry. Okay, that's okay. Representative Sonia Harper is an African-American leader in politics, education, economic development, healthcare, criminal justice, and human services. She has been a journalist and community activist since she was 16 years old and has been a member of the Illinois House of Representatives since 2015, representing the diverse and hardworking 6th District. She's a Chicago native that has made it her goal and duty to reform Illinois, combat systemic racism, and to improve the quality of life for Illinoisans. She is the first Black to serve as chairperson of the Agriculture and Conservation Committee. Representative Harper currently serves as the chair for the Illinois Black Caucus. She also serves as a board member for the National Organization of Black Elected Legislative Women and is the Illinois State Director for Women in Government, a national nonpartisan organization. She and the Illinois Black Caucus have worked tirelessly to promote racial justice and equal opportunity. They've outlined 4 policy pillars for focus: criminal justice reform, police accountability and violence reduction, economic access, equity and opportunity, education and workforce development, and finally, healthcare and human services. In addition to the 4 pillars, Representative Harper has also continued to focus on assisting students pursuing higher education and sparking greater interest in civics. She continues to work with community organizations to learn the needs of Illinoisans. Representative Harper has been a strong advocate for creating employment opportunities for young people. The state of Illinois now recognizes urban agriculture and provides incentives for urban farmers because of a law sponsored by her. She has assisted with authoring the social equity components of the Cannabis Regulation and Taxation Act by co-chairing the Black Caucus on Economic Access, Opportunity, Equity, and Cannabis work groups and engaging communities that have been harmed the most by the war on drugs. Representative Harper is also responsible for legislation that created a statewide task force to develop opportunities for disconnected youth who are jobless and out of school, as she continues to speak up for equitable distribution of violence reduction funds. Representative Harper continues to reside in West Englewood with her daughter and is a member of the faith community of the St. Sabina Church. It is with great pleasure that the Alternative School Network presents this year's 2022 Women of Excellence Award to Representative Sonia M. Harper. If you all can see that. Are you all able to see this plaque or no?
Yes, we can.
Okay, very good. I'll read it to you if you're unable to see it from there. In recognition of your tireless work, breaking down barriers and overcoming obstacles to serve your community. For your efforts, you are being honored with much appreciation and gratitude. Presented by the Alternative Schools Network. Congratulations.
Let me just add that Sonia, with one of the leadership that worked with the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus last spring, that passed $60 million for youth and young adults and year-round employment.
Thank you.
Representative Harper, would you like to speak?
I think she's in, is she?
I don't think so. We'll give her an opportunity when she joins in. And so for our next highlight and woman of excellence, I am introducing Robert Manshak to introduce Kimberly Lightford.
Welcome, everyone. Senator Kimberly A. Lightford is a Democratic member of the Illinois Senate, representing the 4th District since 1998. She is the majority leader and also serves on labor, education, executive, financial institutions, and redistricting committees. She is also chair of the Senate Black Caucus and co-chair of the Illinois Commission of Intergovernmental Cooperation. Senator Lightford is a Chicago native and a graduate of Proviso East High School and Western Illinois University. Leader Lightford also has a Master of Public Administration degree from the University of Illinois at Springfield. Senator Lightford is also a member of the Commission on Legislative Research. Senator Lightford has been influential in passing a bill that would allow criminal background checks on local school council members. She is also known for her support on the Moment of Silence bill, which made it mandatory for schools to have a moment of silence every day. In 2019, Senator Lightford made history when she became the first Black woman to serve as Illinois Senate Majority Leader. She has dedicated her career to championing her passion, education, and youth development. Senator Lightford became the youngest African-American woman elected to the Illinois Senate in 1998. Lightford emerged as a leading voice in Illinois on education issues that increase access to an excellent education for every child in Illinois. As the former chair of the Senate Education Committee, Lightford passed notable education reform legislation recognized as a national model. The legislation led to the establishment of strong methods of evaluating teachers and tracking student progress. Senator Lightford started the state's universal preschool program, established no bullying zones on school playgrounds, and reformed disciplinary practices that were disproportionately affecting at-risk and minority youth. Senator Lightford is also committed to improving the quality of life for working class families. She was the lead sponsor in passing legislation that established Illinois' Equal Pay Act. She fought to reform the payday loan industry and is responsible for raising the minimum wage in Illinois 3 times. Senator Lightford also serves as the commissioner of the National Conference of State Legislatures and Erickson Institute Executive Fellow. Leader Lightford is a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc. Before I close out the last statement that I have here, I wanted to share a quick quote by Margaret Thatcher. And that quote is, "If you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman." I think that quote absolutely embodies not just Senator Lightford, but all of the women that we have here. They are doers, and we are very grateful that they have blessed ASN and the works that they do. Without further ado, it's with great pleasure and honor that the Alternative Schools Networks presents this year 2022 Woman of Excellence Award to Senate Majority Leader Kimberly A. Lightford. Here's that beautiful plaque.
Thank you. May I speak?
Yep.
Absolutely, please do.
Awesome. Thank you so very much for this honor. Jack Weiss and the Alternative School Network, we partnered over the years on so many opportunities to bring better opportunities for young people who had dropped out of school, who were temporary out of school due to a factor of reasons. And just wanted them to just get back into education and making sure that, I'm not a huge proponent of the GED program because it just cuts that education and learning off unless they're going on to higher education. I love for people to get back into a high school setting so that they can learn all the fundamentals and basic items in the academia that's needed to go on for that college degree or into the workforce development space. So I'm just proud to have been a partner with Jack and Alternative School Network. Over the years. We created task force together to address high school dropout. We created legislation that we needed in the state to procure federal dollars for various programs. And I don't know that I'm ready to stop doing any of that until I see a significant change in how we support young people who are out of work and out of school. I've made sure over the years that there was youth funding for employment opportunities for summer programs, and we've recently expanded that effort over the last 2 years to be year-round employment. And so it's important that we keep our young people educated, well-informed, engaged, and helping them to build that resume of who they want to be and where they want to go in life. They stand on our shoulders. We have a responsibility to make sure we're laying that foundation for them. Your slideshow was pretty amazing. I saw pictures there for the first time, and I thought, who did that? That's really good. But to be honored as a woman of excellence is really an honor. And I'll close with, during this COVID pandemic, it has infected and impacted so many of our lives in different ways. And a lot of us have lost a lot of loved ones and was not able to be with them during that time. And it's been very difficult. And then it's created more young people out doing violent acts and violent crimes because either they were supposed to be in a virtual school setting and they were not, or either they didn't have access to internet to be in the school setting, or didn't have the computer, or didn't have the parent involvement, or that guardian over their shoulder making sure they were doing the right thing. And a lot of our young people are just out here doing things poorly, badly, and they need our structure, they need our support and our guidance. And the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus, we just spent some time during the pandemic creating the Black Caucus agenda to rid Illinois of systemic racism. And Pillar 2 is a pillar that I personally worked on to create that education and workforce development space. And in that space, I worked with Alternative School Network, and we were trying to find ways to make sure that the state was not leaving out the population that needed the support the most. And that are the kids who may come from a household where there's trauma, a household where there's not an awful lot of guidance, or they're actually raising themselves, or they're adults at such young ages, or they're needing to be adults, I should say, at such a young age. And so we began that work. We began to continue with that work, and I'm going to continue to see that through. And I hope to be a partner with ASN until the end. So thank you so very much for this honor. I really appreciate it, and I wish all of you a fantastic day.
Let me just add a brilliant tactician and strategy, and she's she stays on the issue till it's done. A good friend and a good colleague for as long as we've done it.
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate your comments.
Thank you, Leader Lightford. I am ecstatic to have you here. I want to thank you personally for all that you've done for workforce development and education. The youth that we serve and the programs that we have, a lot of it contains direct reflections of the work that you do. So we are truly appreciative of that. For our guests and for our ASN staff, feel free to comment or ask questions following each speaker. We want to make sure that they feel welcomed and they understand how truly appreciated they are.
Yep.
Okay, so for our next presenter, we have Michael Hannon, aka Mike Hannon, and he will be introducing Michelle Morales.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm really glad to have had the opportunity or be given the opportunity to present this award to Michelle Morales, somebody that I've known for many years, worked with side by side in a school and at ASN, and really a great contributor to the Alternative Schools Network. Michelle Morales is the president of the Woods Fund Chicago. She's a first-generation U.S.-born Puerto Rican. Prior to Woods Fund, she led the Illinois chapter of the MICFA Challenge, an organization that leads the field of civics by developing young people to become civically engaged and creating space for their civic participation and leadership. Michelle's background has been in the field of alternative education, focusing on and advocating for educational justice, first as a teacher at Albizu Campos High School, and then as the first associate director of the Alternative Schools Network. Michelle was part of the ASN educational leadership cohort as well, leading a group of about 15 professionals to earn their principal licensure. She also contributed, over the years, she contributed in many different ways to Alternative Schools Network, leading organization-wide reflections on our mission and vision, and many other efforts to improve the agency. Michelle's been an active community organizer for 17 years in Chicago's Puerto Rican community, advocating for community development, education justice, economic justice, the independence of Puerto Rico, and against the rapid gentrification of Humboldt Park and the surrounding communities. She's also coordinated an international campaign to release prisoners held in U.S. prisons. She's a fellow of the Leadership Greater Chicago and has had the honor of participating in the inaugural cohort of Cultivate, a Women of Color leadership program developed by Woods Fund, Crossroad Fund, Chicago Community Trust, and the Chicago Foundation for Women. Michelle has used her various opportunities, her experience as a first-generation U.S.-born Puerto Rican woman, and her platform to raise awareness and consciousness about the power of youth voice, the continued marginalization of youth of color, utilizing community input in decision-making, colonialism in Puerto Rico, and the diasporic experiences of colonized people living in the United States. She's also a vocal advocate concerning racially equitable workplaces and strongly encourages organizations not only to apply a racial equity and justice lens externally, but internally as well. I'm really happy to make this presentation today of this award. It is with our greatest appreciation, we hereby present Michelle Morales, the ASN Women of Excellence Award in recognition of your tireless work, breaking down barriers and overcoming obstacles to serve your community. For your efforts, you're being honored with much appreciation and gratitude today by ASN.
Thanks, everybody. This is very surreal. Most people know I worked at ASN for 13 years, I was texting Mike, and I was like, I don't have a chat feature. I can't say hi to all the people on screen that I haven't seen in like 7 years. But also so amazing to see so many familiar faces and new faces, and deeply, deeply appreciate this. I mean, I think servant leadership and service is something I learned from teaching at Albizu Campos. Mike grossly understated how long he's known me for. He's known me for over 25 years. And so he's one of the few people who's watched my growth over those years and taught me what it meant to be humble, what it meant to be a servant leader, along with so many other Puerto Rican leaders in Humboldt Park. I see Becky on the call, Becky Medina, who's one of our younger leaders. And so I'm just really appreciative of not only my time at Albizu Campos, but also the time at Alternative Schools Network. I often tell people that my time at ASN helped me to get to know the city of Chicago. It helped me to get to know how different communities and communities of color were tackling education justice and working with young people who have been historically marginalized and demonized. And it's really the experiences at both of those institutions that have shaped me, shaped my values, shaped sort of what I focus on, moving forward. I mean, you all know Jack's a beast in advocacy and policy work, and a lot of the stuff that I learned from just watching Jack, I take to the foundation at Woods Fund. So when Martrice reached out to me and said, we want to award you, I was like, what? So I think like the other women probably on the call that are being awarded today, we do this often as women because we truly, I think, see our role in really bettering our city and our country for the next generation. And often you forget this isn't something we do for platitudes or for awards. It's something that I think aligns with our values. So when we do get recognized, it's great. And it feels a little weird all at the same time. But I deeply appreciate all of you. And just again, thank you so much.
Let me just add, Michelle has understated what she's done. She's brought a direct community message and right to the foundation, which these days is doesn't have a lot. It's really important. And she's making people aware from her experience in the community what really needs to happen in the neighborhoods. So I'm glad to be a friend of Michelle's and glad that we work together.
Are there any other comments or questions for Michelle?
On behalf of Sullivan House High School and our students, this is Dr. G. I'd like to say thank you to Michelle for all the work she's done with our youth and for being such a role model, not only for our students, but for adults as well. So thank you, Michelle, for all of that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. You're wonderful.
Michelle, I unfortunately have never had the opportunity of meeting you in person, but after hearing your background, I said earlier when we were looking at the slideshow, I said her aura just feels like she's a force to be reckoned with, and that is a really good thing in our line of work. So hopefully I'll have the chance to meet you in person and learn from you and grow. You just seem really awesome, honestly. So thank you. Okay. So next for our Women of Excellence, I am introducing Corey Dukes, who is going to educate us about Jackie Taylor.
Let me get off mute here. Well, everyone, I do have the great pleasure today of reading a little bit about and sharing some information about Jackie Taylor. She's an American actor, director, theater producer, educator, community activist, and a very visionary leader. She's the founder and CEO of the Black Ensemble Theater here in Chicago. Her amazing career in the industry does consist of writing and producing more than 100 plays and musical biographies, including the Marvin Gaye story, the Jackie Wilson story, All in Love is Fair, The Other Cinderella, I Am Who I Am, which is a story of Teddy Pendergrass, Don't Make Me Over, which is a story of Dionne Warwick, Don't Shed a Tear, the Billie Holiday story, Somebody Say Amen, At Last, a tribute of Etta James, and many other acclaimed productions. She did receive her BA in theater from Loyola University and earned her master's degree in education from American College of Education and received an honorary doctorate from DePaul University. She's worked for the Chicago Board of Education, the Illinois Arts Council, and Urban Gateways. Through the years, Ms. Taylor has taught every grade level from kindergarten through to the major universities and continues to work with young people throughout her organization's outreach program. She also provides a professional development for young professionals, working with at-risk youth. Jackie does continue to give back to communities across the city of Chicago, and she continues to inspire and be a leader in the field of art and community outreach. Jackie does also serve as the president of the African Americans Art Alliance and is on the board of the Betty Shabazz International Schools. Now, I did bring up just a few of her list of accomplishments, but it is very long and quite oppressive, so I'm going to read a few here. Amongst her many honorees and accomplishments, she did receive the City of Chicago honoring her as a 2016 Fifth Star Award. The former governor of Illinois, Pat Quinn, did declare March 27th, 2009, Jackie Taylor Day in Illinois. New City Stage Magazine's 2013 list of 50 people who really perform in Chicago. She was named one of the top 50 performers by New City in 2014. The Chicago Defender celebrated her as a woman of excellence in 2016. She was honored by Today's Chicago Magazine as one of the 100 women to watch. Chicagoan of the Year by Chicago Magazine. Special Jeff Award for her cultural contributions. A League of Chicago Theater Lifetime Achievement Award. One of the top 10 in arts in the Chicago Sun-Times' 100 Most Powerful Women. Producer of the Year by the National Black Theater Festival. And a Phenomenal Woman of the Year Award by Expo for Today's Black Women. So as we humbly try to add to that great list of accomplishments, ASN would very happily like to honor and celebrate Chicago's own Jackie Taylor as a very special woman of excellence with us. I do like to add, before I end here and hold up her plaque, that as a young man who went to school to study English and film, it was quite an inspiration as being a Chicagoan to see somebody that could do this. And inspired me to want to still continue to write and do things in the theater and film. So I do want to say a personal thank you to Jackie, and then also present you with this special award with us. Hopefully everybody can see that. Go higher there.
Wow. Well, this is, I'm not usually lost for words, but I'm lost for words. This is an amazing honor, especially to be with our other very powerful and strong women. To be amongst this group is just amazing. And I think just to reiterate, you don't, when you're doing this work, you're not thinking about getting awards, or you're thinking about the importance of the work. And the mission of the Black Ensemble Theater is the same as it was when I started it in 1976. And that is to eradicate racism. And when that is your sole goal and purpose, it's like being on a train where you don't stop. You just keep going, and you're not adding what I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this. You're just doing what you need to do. So I just want to quickly say congratulations to all of the wonderful women today. And I want to thank this organization so much for such a wonderful honor, and say, as I say to my audiences every night. God bless you and thank you. Thank you so much.
Does anyone have any further comments or questions for Ms. Taylor?
I just wanted to say thank you, Jackie. This is Jack Wiest, for all the inspiration you, so many people, to give them the confidence through performing and to see strength doing that. And it's really, for a lot of people, probably wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ms. Taylor, this is Damascus Harris. I just want to say thank you. Tawana Parker White did a couple of productions at your theater quite a few years ago, but I appreciate the opportunity that you gave her and an opportunity that was enriching to me. And that is only possible because of the work you've done. So thank you.
Thank you. I remember Tawana. Yes, wonderful, wonderful young lady.
I do want to encourage all of our guests and staff to go check out a show at the Black Ensemble Theater. I know that there's a show out running weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays through the month of April.
That's right.
We're trying to get our students together to bring them out to see a show, and I encourage everyone to go out and to support and get your soul touched. It sounds like that type of vibe. So thank you, Ms. Taylor, for all that you've done for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next presentation is going to be from Matt Yanni Tiller, and he's going to introduce Sheila Venson.
Greetings, Sheila, and honorees and colleagues and family pets, I believe, are on the call today. Hopefully you can hear me. I was having some tech problems earlier, jumping on my phone here, and I'm hand holding it, so I'm sorry if it's a little jittery. Let me read Sheila's extensive bio here. Sheila Venson is the executive director of the Youth Connection Charter School, the highest performing alternative education system in the country dedicated solely to serving the growing population of dropout and at-risk students. She has made it her life's work to lead YCCS to the goal of restoring confidence and hope for young women and men who have struggled with the challenges of poverty, homelessness, and multiple education barriers. Through her vision, leadership, collaboration, and tenacity, Sheila continues to assure that YCCS provides the foundation for productive futures and transformative life prospects for students and their children as well. Under Ms. Venson's leadership as co-founder and executive director, and in partnership with community-based social service and cultural organizations, YCCS continues to provide over 4,000 students a year with high-impact, innovative learning environments designed to transform the narrative of violence, poverty, and despair. Sheila has never lost sight of the agency's long-range goal of breaking the cycle of poverty and moving our youth into the middle class. Sheila has been a woman of excellence for many a year now. Chartered in the previous century in 1997, YCCS has had unparalleled success over the past 25 years, graduating nearly 20,000 students and transforming their lives, their families, and their communities. Under Sheila's educational leadership, Chicago Public Schools quality performance reports have designated YCCS an excellent level 1 high school multiple years in a row. YCCS is anchored in 19 of the poorest and most violent neighborhoods of Chicago, where escalating dropout rates among young women and men who are African American at a rate of 40%, Latino at 34%, and Caucasian at 17%. Continue to reflect the absence of economic development and insufficient school funding for disadvantaged youth. Unique to YCCS is their community partnership and shared governance model. Each campus is a small school with populations between 200 and 300, where students can earn a high school diploma, job certifications, and advanced college credit. Community and social service organizations provide school locations, wraparound social and health services, daycare, and after-school programming for the campuses. Originally a native of Pittsburgh, Ms. Venson attended Spelman College and pursued graduate work at Princeton University. She has devoted her professional life for over 30 years to the alternative education movement, having implemented a variety of educational and employment programs under the Job Training Partnership Act, Carl Perkins, School to Work, Adult Education, and Welfare to Work. Her professional affiliations include the Illinois Employment and Training Association, National Association of Secondary School Principals, Illinois Principals Association, and National Association of Career Development Professionals. Because of Ms. Venson's leadership, YCCS has continued to support thousands of disadvantaged youth as they obtain the diploma and skills to not only become leaders, but to lead others in successfully rebuilding their communities and lives. Sheila, we couldn't fit all of that on your plaque, but summarize it as follows. With our greatest appreciation, we hereby present Sheila Venson, the Woman of Excellence Award in recognition of your tireless work, breaking down barriers and overcoming obstacles to serve your community. For your efforts, you are being honored with much appreciation and gratitude, presented by the Alternative Schools Network. And here's that lovely award.
Let me just say, I've worked with Sheila since 1980. She's been always consistent on getting things done. She's done a great job. YCC has helped over 24,000 young people get a high school diploma, which is an extraordinary achievement. Just pleasure working with Sheila, and I'm glad we can honor you for your work.
Thank you, Jack, and thank you, ASN. It's been a long road, hasn't it? I started with ASN in 1980, and since then, we have continued work, which was supporting the alternative schools and the students that they serve. So I feel like I am ASN, not separate from ASN, and the work that we do complements each other, and I hope we can continue to do that. I see like a number of principals on the line. Let me say that they're the real winners here. They're the real leaders here, and they continue to inspire me to keep on going. The work, I want to say something about leadership. When I first started at YCCS, I wasn't planning to stay. I was only down there for like a short, consultant contract, and I hadn't led anything. And that, for a Black woman in Chicago, especially where males and white males in particular and females in particular, run everything. It was pretty intimidating at first, but it's important that that we all kind of ante up and take leadership. Leadership is something that we need to continue to grow. And as Jack and I are getting up there in years, we certainly need people now that are associated with the alternative schools to, to step up and take leadership, and especially women to step up and take leadership. And we need to groom new leadership, going forward. So let me thank you for this award. And for the next couple of years, we're going to keep on going. I hope that ASN and YCCS can work together to build so that we can, continue this future for the schools as well as for the students and families that we serve.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hello, Sheila. This is Omar from Circle Foundation Innovations. I just wanted to congratulate you and thank you on behalf of Innovations and tell you how much we appreciate your leadership and guidance and your mentorship. And I remember when I met you almost 20 years ago, you didn't speak to me for a whole year. And you said to me, I heard you didn't think I liked you. And I said, no, you haven't spoken to me. And you just walked away and didn't speak to me again for probably another year. But I really appreciate you taught me over the years what you've given to us and the leadership that you provided for us. There's so much inspiration. So thank you. And we're really proud of you and appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for your leadership, Omar.
See, she spoke to me this time. So hey,
See,
we're off to the right start.
There you go.
Hey, Sheila, this is Dr. Gattuso from Sullivan House. I still don't talk to Omar, so don't worry about that comment. Being a white male in education, I can testify that no one runs over Sheila. I don't care if it's anyone in YCCS, no one in CPS, no one in ISB. I've been with Youth Connection for 18 years and obviously with ASN for 18 years as well. And no one sticks up for students, especially students of color, more than Sheila, more than YCCS. And I'm so glad to see her being recognized, even though we do recognize her every day in our charter.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to comment and share love for Ms. Venson? You are obviously a very well-loved woman.
Yeah, this is Larry. Been working with Sheila since 1980. Dr. Gattuso, Matt Yanni, what they say about Sheila is correct. A strong compassion for her student body, the population, which she has been serving and committed to for this last lot of years. It's been a lot of years. And to that commitment is establishing a structure, an institution that hopefully will be around after we're gone and after she's gone. Youth Connection Charter School and along with Alternative School Network will be still serving the communities. Thank you, Sheila, for the ride.
Thank you, Larry.
I would like to make a comment. This is Kimberly Hobson from Youth Connection. I have something to say about my executive director, but sitting here, I feel like I've been on a breadcrumb route of my history, and that all of these women have touched my life in some way, shape, or form, very intimately in working with them, for them, or gleaning from them. I even took classes with Jackie Taylor at BET, and I had an opportunity to work with Kimberly Lightford as one of our board members. And now I have and of course I've worked alongside Michelle Morales during her stint at ASN. And now I have the great pleasure of gleaning from and learning from Ms. Venson. And what I would like to say is that, I am very proud to know that I am sitting here as a witness that each of these women have done some great things. And I am very proud to sit under the wisdom of Ms. Venson. She, as a leader, has mind, heart, and soul. She is a visionary. And she is capable of leading us into the future. I really think sometimes that she is a soothsayer, like maybe she reads tea leaves, because the things that she says and that she gives us unction to do is very future oriented. And you can bet a couple of years later that you will see that everyone else is jumping on that bandwagon. She has heart. She believes in our students and communities and the reform of them. And she has spirit and soul, where she is dedicated and courageous enough to stand up for what she believes. And seeing that every day, the fight that she has to make sure that we win and that our children win is an honor and a privilege. Thank you, Ms. Venson, for your fearless leadership.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Okay, y'all gonna make me cry around here. Ms. Venson, I have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person, but I have been in several of your schools. I do work with several of your staff members, and I've seen firsthand what your work has done and how it affects our communities. And to know that there's a Black woman at the helm of that is inspiring. So thank you. And also your emotions are really strong because I'm almost in tears. Thank you. Thank you. And congratulations on being
Thank you all. Thanks, thanks, Jack, and thanks to ASN people. Thank you.
So Jack, to wrap us up, do you have any closing remarks?
Martrice, say a few things. I assume Representative Sonia Harper has not come in, right?
Good afternoon, everyone. As I spoke with all of the presenters today, I didn't want to say anything. I wanted to comment on everyone, but today was not about me. It was about honoring each of the recipients today and all of the women leadership and mentoring that we've received for years. So again, I just want to let you guys know, each of you, my appreciation. I followed you from a distance and up close. And I wanted to remain behind the scenes today, but it gives me pleasure also in allowing the young up-and-coming leaders that we have at ASN and through our partners the opportunity to be able to grow and show the things that they can do. So thanks, everyone.
Yeah, I want to say Martrice was, I think, the driving force to do this, of honoring people. I want to thank you for doing that, Martrice.
Okay, so if that's all that we have, I want to thank, on behalf of ASN, thank all of our recipients for joining us. Congratulations again on your honor. Thanks to all of ASN staff, especially our presenters for the day. And a special thank you and shout out to Suzette Hernandez, who put together our presentation today. She did a wonderful job, and I know that she worked hard on it. So hopefully we can do this again, and hopefully it will be in person for next year's Women's History Month. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Thanks, Shannon. Bye.
Thanks, Shannon. Great job.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yes, great job, Shannon. Yes, you too.
Thank you, ASN.
Okay, bye-bye, you guys.
See you at the after party.
Bye, everybody.